All right, Anthony Hartwig here. We are in the Cortland for a Lakeview football player profile. We're joined by senior Thomas Easton. Thomas, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
All right, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You got it. Senior year, last ride. I mean, what's the mentality going into this year, knowing it's your last chance to really make a mark on this program?
Just that I just want to win and like just going into every play like it's my last. Like it's crazy growing up here. Football is just and everything, but just got to just treat every play like it's my last and give it 100% no matter what.
You're a part of a senior class that I think everyone knows has kind of turned this football program around. It wasn't too long ago when Lakeview was, struggling to get wins, and now you guys are out there. You're building a winning culture. What's it feel like to be a part of a senior class that is trying to, put the building blocks of a true winning football culture out there?
It feels awesome just because like a lot of our guys we like, especially our seniors, we put in so much time from the time that we like ever since we got in high school, and it's like we had a couple of transfers come in like and just like all of us being together, it's like treating it like a brotherhood. It really helped us to turn this place around.
We can break down the X's and O's and see what you guys are doing so good on the football field and all that fun stuff. But a culture wise, from inside the locker room, what do you attribute the turnaround to? What has made it such a good environment to go out and win football games?
I just say the brotherhood, just because everyone inside that locker room gets along. It's like you pick up your brother when he's down, just pick each other up. And our coaches, they've had a great game plan every single week, and I credit them just as much as I credit our team. And I think everything together, it just really put everything together, and I love it. I'm excited for this year.
I think one of the hallmarks of a team that is here to win and here to stay, a program that is here to stay, is how you respond after a tough week. Everyone saw what happened in South Range. It's tough. You bounce back the next week and you play well. Talk about what it was like to have that mentality of next week up in this program, and how that's been lacking the last several years in this program, and now it's here.
Oh, we just leaned like on each other. We realized we were going through some adversity with a couple guys sick and injuries. We were like, we could easily pick this back up. And we looked to the guy next to us, and we were just like, we could do this. And it was just a mentality thing. And like our coaches again with another great game plan, and we just turned it around. We said we're going to go right back on a winning track, and we hope to keep that up.
Now, when we watch you on tape, my word, you are a highlight waiting to happen. Big play potential. What's working so well for your game this year? What's kind of breaking you out and making you have so much open space?
Oh, in previous years, I was like most of the guy that could get the plays done, but this year we got receivers and a really good quarterback, so it opens up our offense and allows them to take people out of the box, which gives me more room. So without them and the offensive line has been doing a great job this year. So everyone around me has lifted me up and given me more opportunity to do what I like to do.
Talk about the feeling, and we've seen you do it a couple of times this year, where you maybe turn the corner or you break a hole, and you all of a sudden realize that you have daylight and a big play's about to happen. I mean, what's going through your mind?
It's kind of like foggy, to be honest. Like when I see green grass, I just go, and I don't really think about it till after. But like it's like the thinking about it as the play's going on, it's just like you got to slow the game down, and you don't want to think everything too fast, because if you think everything too fast, you're gonna like make a mistake. So I like to slow the game down, and then when I see that gap, I just go.
You slow the game down, but your running is not slowed down at all. Do you realize how fast you're going, or do you have to watch yourself on tape and go,
I
dang?
don't feel that fast. Sometimes I feel like I'm like running kind of slow, but then after I'm like, oh, okay, I was moving
Yeah,
there a little bit. Yeah.
you got to be one of the fastest guys in the area. I mean, do you have people that like you would like to race? Maybe that you see like maybe on tape or maybe on the team that's like, man, let's just take off the pads for a minute and let's see who's fastest.
Oh, I gotta say Tyreek Hill. I'm sure he'd beat me. He definitely would beat me, but that'd be a fun one just to get out there and compete.
We'll set it up for you.
All
He
right,
he
sounds good.
he races a lot. We'll tag him in this interview. All right.
All right.
Let's go over kind of you off the field as well. You're a student athlete. Student
Yes, sir.
comes first in that phrase for a reason. Talk about your studies and some of the things that interest you in the school.
So actually in recent years I have struggled a lot, just like with my mindset, just thinking it didn't matter. And like these last 2 years, I'd say I put a lot of work into picking it up and turn it around. And one thing do have interest in is business. I do like the business aspect of it. I took entrepreneurship last year, just classes like that, and I like stuff like that.
Usually, when students, like halfway through their high school career, turn grades around, there's something that kind of is the reality check for them, something that's like forces them to, okay, go time. What was that for you? What made you kind of wake up and say, okay, I got to start taking this really seriously?
Oh, definitely my head coach. He was on me a lot, and I would say a big one is my mother. And like just seeing her feel disappointed, and it's just like that really hit me. And I was like, I don't want to let her down. I gotta. And I know I'm not dumb. I know I could turn myself around, so I put more effort in, and I turn it around pretty quick.
Now that being said, how proud does it make you to see like how far you've come since then? And when you look at your grades now, I mean, how proud of you are, how proud of you of yourself for putting in the work, like you say.
Oh, it actually makes me feel really good because like seeing like hard, like just like on the field, if you see hard work turn out good, it makes you want to work harder. So seeing like me have success in the classroom, it just makes you want to keep having more. So like I just say, I'm more motivated now to keep going now that I've seen success.
Let's go back to the interest in business. What kind of business like interest you? Is there some kind of business you want to go into? Some kind of product you think you want to sell?
I haven't really decided yet. I've been talking to my parents about it and a couple of my coaches, but I'm undecided as of right now. But I'd say like I also like another like a field I have interest in is like sports management, sports marketing, like stuff like that. Like I haven't like fully decided yet, but I haven't really thought too much about a business yet.
Have you thought about kind of future after high school colleges that you might want to go to and things like that?
I was thinking Mountain Union. Mountain Union would be a good one. I like YSU.
Mm.
Pitt would be a nice one too. I am Mountain Union wants me to come play football, so that's where I'm leaning right now.
When you think about a football program and because some of the things that they could offer to appeal to you, what do you think Mountain Union could bring to your doorstep and make you feel like you want to be a part of that team?
The winning culture over there is something I like, and just how they do things. They do things a certain way, and they stick to it. And like I really like that over there because when I talked to the coach, he seemed really cool, and it just seemed like it's. I love the winning culture. That was my favorite part about it.
I love that you brought up your head coach earlier and how much he pushed you to get the grades up. Because culture doesn't turn around without the guy on top,
Mhm.
pushing it. So talk about your head coach and your coaching staff and what they've meant to you.
Coach Bush, our head coach, he's a second-year head coach now. He took over the role after a previous head coach left, and he's done a fantastic job. Every single day, he's pushing us because he tells our seniors that he believes in this senior class, and he said it starts with us. So starting with him and then our defensive coordinator, Coach Romano, he's put a great game plan in every week, and we just follow those two. And our other coach, our other staff, we follow them, and like they've gotten the job done for us every single week so far, and I couldn't be more thankful for them.
Because he came in late 2 years ago, you haven't had a whole lot of time to build this big trust with him. So, what was it about him and the way he went about things that instantly made you be able to build that trust and relationship with him as a coach?
I think it's the way he presents himself with like how he shows he believes in us, and him showing he believes in us like makes us feel like we could like give that same trust back to him, and I think that's been a huge part of it.
Do you remember like the first interaction with him and maybe like the first impressions you had?
Yeah, so when he first took over the job, I was still at JFK and I was coming back, and I remember meeting him and him telling me that like this wasn't like, you're not going to walk back in here and start all this stuff, and I think that made me want to work harder, like because I knew like it wasn't going to be handed to me, and I remember that like it was yesterday. Yeah.
You seem like a guy that really always sets the bar higher for himself. You've already done a lot of good things this year. What are some goals that you've set now already that you want to do that you haven't accomplished yet this senior season?
I want to break the rushing yard record for the school, and obviously a huge one would be a playoff win. Like, forget me. I want to talk about the team first. A playoff win would be huge first because I don't think our school has ever done this, so that would be huge. We made it last year for the first time in a long time, and we came up short. But I think this senior class can get it done as long as like with everyone else around us. But back to me, another thing would be a Trumbull County Player of the Year. I missed week 2 and 3, which kind of hurt me, but I think I'm picking it back up a little bit. I still have hope. But that's one I've been wanting to have since like I was a freshman. Yeah.
Talking about playoffs, you guys did go last year. You had that experience. What
Yeah.
did you learn about what it takes to win playoff games in last year's playoffs?
That every single play matters, like special teams all the way to offense and defense. Like, had guys take plays off, things here, there. And it showed in the end that once it gets serious, once playoff comes, you can't do the little things like that. So you got to perfect all the little things of every aspect.
One of the things that comes with success and what you guys have been able to have, not just you, but the senior class, you're all role models too. the freshmen to the underclassmen, even to the players that are younger that are going to be coming up in high school here in a couple of years. What's it like for you to know that like guys are looking to you for guidance and inspiration?
It makes me feel good because like I know I have to set an example, and it pushes me like harder to like know that if I do this right, I got people looking up that like they're gonna like follow my example. So it makes me not want to like slack off at all because like I don't want to set the example to them.
On the flip side, who were some of your role models, the guys that you kind of look to and follow their example?
My freshman year, there's this guy named Antoine Brown. He was a senior. He was very, very good. And like I was just like when I was like thinking, I was like, I want to be like as good as him when I was older. And the two biggest ones were definitely my parents, just because like I know every day they go and they go to work, they put all this time in. And they've showed me that if I put something into it, like I'm gonna get something out of it. And they've just pushed me really hard to do that, like all the time.
With how hard they've worked to kind of give you what you have in life, how cool is it to look up in the stands every night, every Friday night lights? And I'm sure they're one of the first faces you look for. What kind of boost does that give you to know that they have your back in the stands every night?
It actually feels great. I mean, after every single play I make, even before the game, they're the first people I look up to and give a little wave at to let them know I'm paying attention. And like it just gives me like this little boost that I have like someone like in my corner and like just someone that has my back. So it makes me play harder.
We're going to expand on this with our last question. The thing that we do at the end of these profiles every time, we give the athlete the chance to take the limelight off themselves a little bit and shine a light on the people that are there for them in their corner, that support them throughout their whole career. So I want to give you the time to kind of give out thank yous and shout outs to the people that you think deserve it and the people that you think have really helped you along the way.
I'd like to thank both my parents. Like I said, they push me all the time, constantly. Also, my grandparents, like when my parents can't be there, they're always there. They're always making sure I have what I need and other stuff like that. And I'd also another big one would be my friends. My friends, like we've all came together. Like just everything wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my friends in the senior class. So for turning around, I'm thankful for them too.
Thomas, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate your time. We wish you the best of luck the rest of this senior season, and we can't wait to talk to you again real soon.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.